Hi. We'll look at constructing a contingency table again, but this time we would be using a qualitative variable versus a quantitative variable where there are multiple values possible. For example, if we looked at the example that we did with day state, there were limited options, only 9 options, 0 to 8. However, if you look at age, so let's look at age. So age has multiple or varied values. They are not grouped together or they are not into a particular category alone. So let's try to see how the contingency table looks and let's try to decide what can be done with that. So I go to the contingency, the pivot table area. Now in this case, I keep it gender and I remove day state, remove the values also. At this time, I'm going to take the age. When I take age, put it in the columns, you can see there are multiple values, 7, 8, 9, 10, so many different values that happen here. Now it's going to be a very big table and it makes sometimes no specific sense in trying to understand a singular value. It would be better if it's grouped. So we'll put the ages also in the values. And as you can always see, whenever you take a numbered value, that is a quantitative value, Excel by default tries to put it as a sum. We will go and change it to the count values. Count the number of people in each category. Now I have each one 1%. So this is not going to make much of a meaning for me when I do the analysis. So what I would want to do is I want to club them together or group them together. So Excel also has a function which is called grouping. So what I do is in the column labels, this is the age, I put in any of the cell, I click the first cell, I click right click, and then I can get a pop-up menu which says group. So I go to group and now it is taking all the possible values that are seen in the table. That's starting from 7 or 6. So let's say starting from 6 till 76. So let's put it as till 76. And now I want to group people into 5 categories or 6 categories, depending on how much categories that you want. Say, for example, in this case, there are 70 different, the range is 70. 76 minus 6 is 70. So I will group it by 10 values each time. So 6 to 16, it goes that way. So group by 10, and if I press OK, now you can see here 6 to 16 is one group, 16 to 26 next group, 26 36. So it's now tried to group all of them until 76, and anybody more than 76, it is taking it as a greater than 76 option. So here, the very long table has been reduced to a manageable size such that we used the grouping function. So grouping function on one particular variable, which is a quantitative variable. So to complete the process, we copy, we go, and then we paste it. Remember to paste the values. This is pasting values. So it pastes the values, and here it is gender versus age groups of 10. If you want a different value, you can also do that. Say, for example, when I go to the grouping, I click the group, right click, group. It has actually done 10 values. If I want to change it to 15, I can change it to 15. So it becomes a smaller group. So this can also be done. You can change the groups. Supposing if you have both the variables as a quantitative variable, say for example, if it was not gender, it was say age versus let's say family size or family income. Now you can see family income is too many numbers, so it could be different numbers here. So again, what we would like to do is we would like to group this also. So keep on the first value of the row label, right click, group. So it shows from the minimum to the maximum number. So we will take it as 4,000. It starts from 4,000 till 20,000. And how do you want to group them? So if you group it into 1,000 each, so from 4 to 20, that is 16 values you would get. So that's too much. So let's put it as 4,000 each time. So that means there are going to be only 5 values or 5 groups. So every 4,000 is a group. So when you press OK, so you can see 4,000 to 8,000, 8 to 12, 12 to 16, 16 to 20. So this is how you make use of the group by function available with Excel to create your contingency tables. Good day.